From a ferry trapped inside one of the biggest storms of the century, to a group of fishermen hitting a literal jackpot. These are 1 in 1 million moments at sea. Like when this family saw their life flash before their eyes. Cause while they thought they were enjoying a weekend boat trip, they almost got front-ended by an airplane. Close call. But while that family saw their lives flash before their eyes, these fishermen were about to be rich. They were literally drowning in their own success. Imagine catching so many fish that you almost capsize. That's a good problem to have. On the other hand, capsizing because you're stuck on a monsoon? Not so great. And that's exactly what happened to this oil tanker.
Держись. Градусов крен.
At least they made it out. This unoccupied ferry tried to squeeze itself under a tiny bridge like something out of a cartoon. Wasn't that lucky. Neither were these tourists that thought it was a good idea to stop for pictures during a massive storm. Or these professional sailors that forgot to drop anchor at the worst possible time.
Stille. Snakka om gavepakke til en fotograf.
That's a whole lot of unlucky people. But forget people that were simply unlucky. What about sailors and tourists who thought it was all over? This cargo ship was barreling towards a dock full of people, and everybody involved was scrambling to avoid a mass casualty event.
So good.
Luckily, everyone was okay, and the ship just swallowed up that tiny bit of concrete. This next ship, though, it struggled to ever get the ball rolling. And these people thought it would be the perfect time to take a family photo.
Balik tuh. Kecil bos. Terbalik. Videonya cepat, kasih masuk saya juga, kasih masuk. Sini lihat saya. Terbalik.
I wonder if they hung that picture up on a wall somewhere. Speaking of hanging, this $30 million yacht was hanging on a crane. Until it wasn't. What an absolute and completely avoidable disaster. Hopefully they're more careful next time, like the crew launching the Viking Bank. That ship was about an inch off from its own Wikipedia article. This next one probably actually did get its own article, because it wrestled waves like it was a WWF superstar. But while that ship was busy fighting to stay afloat, this ship might have had its own version of Rose and Jack somewhere on board. Whoever was captain of that boat should have called these guys, because they made whatever the hell is going on here look easy.
Asuh. Anjay, kelem. Wai. Woo! Woo! Ngeri. Ngeri, bro. Badai transfer solar, oi! Woo! Hey! Botol Asian Venture.
They clearly knew what they were doing, but the guy who was in charge of this speedboat probably needs his boating license revoked. Imagine what would have happened if he was in charge of a bigger ship in a storm like this next one. Everyone on board would have turned into Davy Jones extras in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But seriously, being on a ship during a storm must be one of the most terrifying things a human could experience. But what about a storm at night?
We just got hit, man.
Lost BRU sensor.
Lost BRU?
Yeah.
Alright. We might even have to go manual. It's probably still good. Still got the gyros. What it was the heading still coming around.
Yeah.
That ending shot looked like something straight out of a horror movie. Imagine what was in the dark. This next one wasn't much better. I mean, even the birds were terrified. But at least they didn't have to deal with the biggest wave you'll ever see. The guys on this tanker, though? Well, to wonder, what goes through the head of someone who's on the receiving end of a knockout punch from a wave? The same way you wonder how insane you have to be to ride waves like these Navy dudes did. You really have to trust someone to go into a situation like that with them. But you know what they say about the Navy? They're great captains. Like whoever was in charge of keeping everyone safe on this warship.
The one behind it didn't. Holy shit. That's God.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared then. The gun just got fucked.
That dude was a real pro. But not gonna lie, that one guy was a little scared.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared then.
I wonder if these people were scared after a ship almost gave them a mud bath.
Wow.
Imagine how that would have smelled. Also, imagine the fear in these people's hearts when another multiple-ton ship was about to crash into theirs.
Makla namin, wag niyo igupin. Sige, hard pa. Dit, alisan dit. Kadit, alis dyan. Alis dyan. Alastik, oh. Alisan dit, alis. Hindi, kaya yan, kaya yan. Uy, salamat. Yes! Success, diretso! Diretso!
That was close, but at least everyone's okay. Anyways, check out this sick missile boat doing a burnout start. Okay, that was pretty cool, not gonna lie. But what about the world's first car on water? You have to wonder what the people making those "this is what 2025 will be like" cartoons back in the 80s would think. We were supposed to have flying cars. Cars on water. Instead, internet memes and a couple Russian dudes throwing their cart on top of a tugboat. But we have advanced in some ways, like this icebreaker ship sailing through the North Pole is a prime example of human excellence. But I'm not sure even that could compare to these badass fishermen. They turned fishing into a team sport and look like the Bulls in '96. How many fish do you think they ended up catching? And do you think any of them ended up on this guy's dinner plate? Cause while this ferry was in the middle of an insane storm, he was more concerned with running off with his food than anything else. Meanwhile, outside. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and I know you'll love this next one. Thanks for watching.